Hey Ghana family. So if you are watching this video, it is very likely that you guys are getting ready to go on a Ghana trip with us, maybe this summer or very soon, or just you're going on a Ghana trip in general. So for the purpose of this video, I'm pretty much going to show you guys the whole entire Ghana visa process, okay? Before I get started, I do want to stress that you guys need your yellow fever shot, okay? You guys can get this by simply going to the CDC's website, look up yellow fever, and there's like so many different providers that are there for yellow fever. But you need your yellow fever shot, including children. Even children need the yellow fever shot, okay? One thing I want to say about the yellow fever shot is that each and every pharmacy has their own price. So you may call a pharmacy and say, hey, how much is it for the yellow fever shot? And they'll tell you, and then you call the next one and ask them, hey, how much is the yellow fever shot? And they'll tell you something, totally different price, okay? If you're a mom and you're watching this video and you're worrying about your pediatric child getting the shot, when you call and ask about a shot, make sure you ask them, hey, do you guys give children, children under 18, or do you guys give pediatrics the yellow fever shot? Some of them will say no, some of them will say yes. Okay. We personally went directly to the CDC website and we did just exactly what I'm telling you guys to do. We literally called the list, and we found a pharmacy in our area. And we went right on in, and we got the yellow fever shot. They gave us our yellow fever card, but no matter what, remember, you guys need this, okay? I mean, you guys probably would need some type of malaria medication as well. So talk to your doctor about that. For those that are trying to get exempt, listen, I don't know nothing about that. Listen, all I know is you guys need your yellow fever shot. So get your yellow fever shot. Talk to your doctor about being exempt. We don't have anything to do with the exemptions, or when you guys get on arrival, if they say they don't accept exemption, so I'm just telling you out loud that it's pretty much mandatory to have that yellow fever shot, so you guys can do with it whatever you want, okay? So that was the spill about yellow fever. So yes, you need your yellow fever shot. And for parents that are bringing your kids, if you guys are traveling with us, you guys already know that you do need a notarized form from the other parent, pretty much authorizing you to take the child into Ghana. Before signing up for the trip, I gave you guys an example of what the form will look like. So you want to get that form notarized. And then also when you finish with this Ghana application, at the end of the application, there's going to be actually some forms that are in there as well. And it's going to actually have your child's barcode on it for their Ghana application. And you will get that printout, and you will have dad or mom sign that as well. So there'll be two forms that need to be notarized. If you guys don't live in the same city as mom or dad, there's one notary. I think it's like 20 something dollars. You can upload the document to one notary and, have everything, do everything like that. Okay. So that's the spill on the yellow fever shot, the malaria meds, and those notarized forms. If you're traveling with children, you're gonna need the notarized form for immigration on arrival, and you're going to need the notarized travel consent form that's going to be attached to this exact Ghana application at the end, okay? So now I'm going to talk about the requirements of this application. I just recently got my Ghana visa back. Process was super, super easy. You guys don't go online and looking at the reviews. They stress me out so bad. So bad. And just, just from my previous knowledge of getting a Ghana visa, it was a long, drawn out process. But this process is so much faster. The embassies have really sped things up, and I didn't have any issues. I literally got my visa back in 7 days. 7 days from, like, they got it on Monday, and then by Friday they were sending my Ghana visa. They were sending my passport, and my with my Ghana visa in it, they were sending it back to me, okay, overnight. So now let's talk about this. So the required information and checklist. Okay. So of course you're going to need a valid passport with no less than 6 months of validity left on it. Okay. And copies of the biodata page of the passport. So pretty much you're going to be sending in your passport. So if you have any travels or anything like that, and you're really trying to get this, I would say you could probably have to go postpone those for like 7 days, like I did. Like I did not want to be away from my passport, but I mean, there's really nothing that I can do. I really needed to send in that passport to Washington in order to get my Ghana visa stamp in my passport. So I postponed my trip by 7 days. So I got it. So I'm really glad that I did get it. All right. So next on visa forms are to be completed and signed. So all of that is done online. You're gonna have to get a color passport photo. So head over to Walgreens, CVS, wherever it is that you get your passport photo. Do not try to take this picture yourself. Please go to Walgreens, go to Walmart, go to CVS, get a passport photo. Okay. If you go to Walgreens, I believe it was like $12 to $16. They give you like a copy, two little square copies of that passport photo. And then the good thing that I like about Walgreens will actually email you a picture of that. So when if you guys are at Walgreens, make sure you put a correct email address inside of put the correct email address and a correct phone number that you can receive text message to, because I messed up on that. I put like the home number, and so when I went to get try to download my passport photo from the Walgreens email that it sent me, let me know my photo was ready. I put in my phone number, and it sent me a text code. So make sure you put in a correct number in there where you can receive text, and so that you're not actually taking the picture, having to take a picture of the little itty bitty passport picture, because you're going to need to upload that in the actual application as well. So that'll save you some time. And so it needs to be 140 pixels by 170 pixels. You're going to need business, residential address, and contact information and numbers. All of this will be provided for you if we are planning your trip to Ghana. And so it's the process is a little tedious, as far as it's going to ask for geo codes, like geolocation codes. It's a little bit interesting with how you put in like the hotel address. Over here, you're going to have to mention your occupation and profession. For kids, of course, occupation is student. Financial means to be indicated. I personally did not have to upload any type of financial documents, but it will ask you how much do you have in liquid assets, just in case you need it, I guess, Of course, your proposed date of travel, name and address of references and accommodations in Ghana. You'll have all of that if you guys are booking directly through us. Over here, notarized letter of consent from parent, guardian for child under 18. And then over here, you're gonna send your passport and all of this information filled out application. You're gonna send this to them, but you're gonna also include a prepaid self-addressed envelope with tracking. I personally use FedEx. You simply go on a FedEx website, type in you want to ship it from your address over to the Ghana embassy, and if you go to their website, it's right down here at the bottom. Let me see if I can find it for you. It's right down here at the bottom of the website in green, okay? And just pretty much put that address right there. All right. And so you're going to need to send them also inside of your envelope that you're sending them. Send them the prepaid label and envelope. Okay, you guys. So if you're going to FedEx, they have like overnight envelopes, and you can pretty much put the prepaid label inside of there. Fold that bad boy, put it inside the envelope. Boom. Okay. And then a specific checklist. So each of your applications is going to come with a checklist, and pretty much there's going to be checks on it marking what you uploaded and what you didn't upload. Okay. And then over here, file sizes must be 1 MB or smaller. You guys, I had such a hard time with this part. It took me a long time, but I would say use Adobe or something like that to make these smaller. But yeah, it has to be 1 MB or smaller, and it can only be JPEG. It cannot be PNG, JPEG images, or PDF images. Okay. So I really hope that makes sense. Once again, valid passport will no less than 6 months of validity on it. Your visa application forms that you're going to receive at the end of your application. You're going to need a physical passport photo. So you're gonna have to go get your passport taken, okay? Maybe you got an old one, but listen, they said the up-to-date one. I don't know. But you're gonna need to put that inside of the envelope as well, passport photo, with these specs. Business and residential addresses, your occupation, financial means, proposed date of travel, names and addresses of everybody that's there, notarized letters. You're gonna have to get the notarized letter from the one that I have uploaded into the trip. That's for on arrival. And then you're going to have a notarized letter of consent that's going to be special to your child. It's going to have your child's barcode on it. Okay. So I'm sorry to repeat myself, but I just want to really stress how important this is, because if you guys forget anything, absolutely anything, Now, your passport and your visa application is delayed, even if you expedited it. If you forget something, it's now delayed. Okay? Okay. And then the last step down here is your prepaid self-addressed envelope with tracking. Please get tracking. And it is my personal opinion, but listen, if you can afford it, please get expedited. When I got it, they recently, literally, I believe just this month, recently changed their prices. It wasn't that much. I think I was like $200 per. I got a multi-entry visa. It was like $200 per person for multi-entry visa expedited. Okay. I looked today, prices changed by I believe like $50. And that was like a really recent change because I got mine so literally earlier this month. But hey. All right. So those are the requirements. Sorry about talking so much about that. But it's very, very, very important that absolutely everything is in this envelope. And please don't do this last minute, y'all. Please, oh gosh, please do this a couple months in advance from your trip. If your trip is in May, try to get this thing done by February. Okay, don't don't do it. Okay, don't do it because from some of the reviews that I read that they're slow, but because I got expedited, mine was expedited. Okay. All right, that's enough. All right, so and you know what? I'm gonna actually give you guys the QR code so that you guys can pull up the site. There are two different places that you can get your Ghana visa in the United States. That's the Ghana Embassy in Washington, and the other one that is in New York. Whichever one you use, that's your business. But I use the one that's in Washington. Okay, and they had bad reviews. Both of them got bad reviews. I tried to go pick the best one, made the best man win. Whoever had the best reviews, both of them got bad reviews. Okay, so all right. So let me show you this. If you go down to the bottom of the page, this is the address here. Well, dang. I think it's at the very bottom. Right here. This is the address. So when you send them your passport, put this address. No extra stuff, this address right here. Okay. And I recommend only using UPS and FedEx, not USPS. Listen, this is your passport you're talking about. Okay. You don't want the thing lost. All right. So this is right here. Use this address that's right there. Okay. Let's run over. Let's see. Oh, here it says it right here. Advise only use UPS and FedEx for prepaid services. So let me close this down. I want to show you guys. I want to show you guys pricing. Let me do this. First, let me get you the QR code. So get your phones out just in case you don't. I don't know if there's any scam sites or anything like that out there. But this is the actual website right here. Just scan the QR code and it should take you directly there. And then once you get to this page, you're gonna hit continue. It should be a pop-up. And then you want to go right here to visa application. All right. It pretty much runs down yeah, their price is definitely increased. Yeah, this was 200. Yep, and this was I guess it was 130 because I read online it was an overall $50 increase. Yeah, so originally 130 and then wow. If you guys are wondering, I think I have it over here as well. Yeah, these are the same thing. If you guys are wondering what's the difference between single entry visa and multi-entry visa, it may make sense to some people, but to some people they may not understand or may not know. So I'm going to say it. Single entry visa is you flying into Ghana one time, and then after your trip, you fly out, your visa is over. Okay. Multi-entry is you flying into Ghana, flying back home, and maybe at some later time or within, a certain amount of months, you want to fly back into Ghana. That's multi-entry visa. That's the one I recommend getting. I don't know. That's what I recommend getting. I do multiple group trips to Ghana, and I've told them the dates, and they gave us a 5-year Ghana visa for doing multi-entry and for the dates, that we needed. I can't promise a 5-year visa, for you guys. Maybe, maybe they'll give it. I don't know, but this is what we got. But yeah, that's the difference between single entry and multi-entry visa. And then the price for single entry visa is $100. And if you want to get that expedited, that's $140 per person. Multi-entry visa, which I do recommend, is $180. And then if you want to get that thing expedited, it is $250 per person. Transit visa, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what that is. That's not the visa we need to apply for, okay? At all. Transit visa, I'm just assuming you're just gonna be in the airport or something. I don't know, but that's not the visa that we're gonna apply for. We're gonna apply for these two visas right here, single entry visa or multi-entry visa, okay? So you pick whichever one that you want, and then let's see if I can find something on processing time. Oh, they do have this one, the Premium Application Center. But yeah, I don't know anything about this one. I use this one, just a regular Washington, D.C. one. Okay. Payment methods, they accept credit card. Okay. They don't accept check or anything like that. I guess they used to. Um, Refund policy, I'm pretty sure it's non-refundable. Yep, non-refundable. Your photograph, it tells you every single thing, how it's supposed to look. No glasses, no big smiles, no nothing, okay? And then here's your processing period. All right. So visa will only be issued when all requirements have been fully satisfied. This is why I say make sure you double, triple check that application that you're sending in and double, triple check the envelope that you're sending in, okay? And then it says 15 business days is required for the process of standard visa. And then over here, 7 business days for expedited visa services, okay? Exempt, we are not exempt. Let me skip past that. And that's it. If you start your application over here, you must complete the thing within 14 days. Otherwise, your application goes poof, it won't be there anymore. Okay. So when you get here, you're going to go to visa application. This pop-up is going to be there. You're going to hit continue. All right. You go right here to apply now. Close out some of these things. All right. That apply now should pop right on over here to this dashboard. All right, I'm already logged into this dashboard. So if you don't have a login for this dashboard, I highly recommend you press that register button and register for access. And it's simple, just put in your email, stuff like that, verify, all that good stuff. All right. So this is going to be the process of doing your visa application, whether you have just yourself or you're applying for multiple people. If it's you applying for multiple people, whether it's you and your wife or you and your children or you and your entire family, I highly recommend doing a group application. Group application means everybody together on one application. Everybody will have their different forms, but everything, they'll try their best, I guess, to process everything in one swift. And so that means everybody will get all of their passports and their visas back in one envelope, okay? And so what you're going to do now, you're going to press apply for new visa. You're going to come on over here. We're in the United States. And you want to hit continue. And it tells you all the requirements once again. All right, visa application. Please read all of this. I pretty much went over all of that. All right, here we go. Here we go. Select visa type. I'm going to come down here and you select tourism visa. All right. Select details, particulars, temporary visa for tourism. You're going to need your travel itinerary, invitation letter, confirm hotel booking, signed letter of consent for children under 18, gun identification of host. Listen, I already have all this stuff for you guys, so don't panic, okay? I'll be sending you a totally separate email, okay? Passport type, you guys are ordinary passport, okay? Application details, United States, nationality. Heck, did I pass by? It must be American. A. There it is, American. Nationality of birth, American, or whichever one you are. And notice the asterisk, okay? Visa validity. This is where you're going to put single or multiple entry visa. All right, which office? And notice that it's not bringing up the New York office because we're not on the New York site, okay? Washington, D.C. Select service type, standard service or expedited service, up to you, but I'm choosing that one. Select mode of submission, postal services. Right? And then title, just put in some stuff. Stefana, travel, right? Other names, gender, single, count, right? Oh, one, come on. Click on that. Just picking anything. All right. Place of birth, USA. Mode of communication, email and text. Gmail. I'm just putting anything, y'all. Oh, you can't copy and paste. All right. Phone number. 813 1 2 3 1 2 3 4. All right. Travel details. Right. Duration of stay. Let's put 30 days. Duration of stay allowed maximum of 180 days. Let's, let's put, you can put whatever you want. Because either way, they're going to give you either those 180 days. They're going to pretty much give you whatever you put. Processing period. Okay. Date of departure from country. Right. Mode of journey by air. Oh, this doesn't have an asterisk on it. Do you have a return ticket? Yes. And then I have my ticket number. Your ticket number is attached to your confirmation number of any flight that you booked. Date of last visit in Ghana. What I put 180 days. Just guessing. Oh, date of last visit to Ghana. Okay, there's no date. Okay, financial means, cash, card, financial means at disposal. You can put 2,000, put whatever you want. All right, passport number. Okay, 2, 3. I think I'm missing 7890. USA. Date of issue. All right. Travel criminal history. Have you ever been refused a visa to Ghana? Have you ever been refused entry into Ghana? Do you have a criminal record in Ghana? Do you suffer from mental disorder? Do you suffer from communicable disease? Have you ever visited Ghana before? If yes, then put yes. Have you ever been deported from Ghana? Okay. And then go to step 2. All right. All right. Address and street number or apartment number. So this is where you're going to put the hotel name at. 1, 2, 3, 4. right? Don't put this, y'all. I mean, this. Don't put Ghana 1, 2, 3, 4. You're gonna have the actual name of the hotel and the address and all of that good stuff, right? Ghana. I'm just trying to show you guys the process. Oh crap! Address, street, apartment. Oh, applicant name. Oh Lord, y'all. This is y'all information right here. So put your personal home address and stuff right there, right? Code. They just asked all this. They just nosy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Got that. Mailing address, select if it's the same. Okay. All right. So this is where you're gonna put all your information at. They nosy, clearly, where you work at, what you do, student, name, address, all that good stuff. Okay. So let me just copy something. Dang, you can't copy and paste. All right. Right. Postal code. Yep. All right, then you put your work phone number and then your personal email. Wait, this is your work email. Step number 3, we halfway there. All right, now for the fun part, okay? Ghana Hotel. And then street name 1, 2, 3, Ghana Street. All right, location. Y'all, this right here is really funny. Okay, right here. I'm gonna put, give me a second. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna get this because this the GPS code, that was a field day that I had finding that. Right. The hotel usually gives you the digital address. All right. Here it is. So it looks something like this. It's gonna be a GL. All right. So the GPS address is gonna look something similar to this. GL. Yes, really funny. All right, telephone. Gonna put the hotel's phone number, all that good stuff. And then the hotel's phone number. All right, name and reference. For Ghana, you're gonna have all of this. I'm gonna give you guys all of this. Okay. And it'll probably be on the form of an ID. Um, but yeah, okay, so got that. I noticed that this is not start, so I'm not putting it. All right, hosting Ghana. Okay. Don't put what I'm putting right here. You're in your form that I'm gonna send you, it's gonna tell you exactly what to put in there, okay? Right, it's gonna have your host name as well. And this is not mine. Even though I own a travel company, I'm not the host that's in Ghana. All of this information is gonna be the host that's in Ghana, okay? Right? And you gotta put the dashes. Jeez, let's see. It's a lot of stuff, y'all. This is just a process. All right, on to step 4. Let's see. All right. I knew this would be an issue. Let's erase the dashes. What's the problem? That's invalid. Oh Lord, the thing said mobile number. Dang. All right, let me see something. Dash, dash. Yeah, I had an issue with this, what you call it. All right, let's 0. Y'all give me a second. Okay, I think I figured out what it was. This needs to be 4 digits at the end. Let's see. I'm gonna figure it that. Very funny. Yeah, I had a hard time doing this when I did the application. 1 second, 1 second. But I'm showing you guys the whole process. You would think I would hop over to my email. All right, I think this is it. All right. So it's GL dash, then 3 digits, and then a dash. Let me go back because that was a little headache. Just now putting that in there. Let me go back to step 3. All right, you see how it is here? GL, then dash, and then whatever the numbers that I give you, but there needs to be a dash that's right there. All right, it's missing. Okay, it's 3 digits and then 4. I'm just gonna put anything. All right. All right, let's hop over to step 4. All right, application completed by another person, not applicable, applicable. All right, sponsor of trip. Ticket sponsor is the same as the applicant. Okay, so the sponsor of the trip, just put the same thing in as the travel supplier. So I don't feel like doing that right now, so I'm just gonna do this. populate everything else. You know what? I actually did click this. I did click this. Sponsor is the same as the applicant. All right. Name of employer in Ghana. We're not working in Ghana. We're just tourists. So not applicable. Yeah, this is it. Sponsor address. Application completed by another person. If nobody completed your application, you want to hit this button there. Go to step 5. Y'all, we almost done. All right. So it tells you all of this here. File name should be as simple as possible. Okay. So recent passport photo, taken within 6 months. And remember, it has to be JPEG. You got to take a picture of your passport data page. Let me see what I got. Use my niece's. All right. Passport data page. So if you guys don't know what the passport data page is, passport data page, that's the page that has all of your personal information in it on it, like your passport number and stuff like that. And don't try to take a picture where it's not showing all of the bottom numbers. You want to make sure that it's showing all the full square, the bottom that has all the digits on it, even all the way up to the top, so they can see everything. So attach passport data page. So that's your passport data page. Up, and this is gonna say faster than 1 MB. So I would just recommend gather all of your information before. All right. Valid Ghana identification of hosts, preferably valid passport, alternative confirmed hotel booking can be used. So I will be uploading the identification of our host in Ghana. Travel itinerary, that's coming up next. You guys have a copy of your travel itinerary. And so you want to just print that out. I'm just putting anything in these. So you notice that I'm putting the same thing in there because it's under 1 MB. But for you guys, make sure you're putting the right information in these spots. Okay. All right. Invitation letter. You guys will have an invitation letter. Okay. I will be sending that to you. Application signature. This is a different one. Okay. So for application signature, you're literally gonna go to your phone. I don't know if you got everybody have an iPhone. How should I do it? I would say sign a piece of paper, take a picture of it, and then crop it down to this size. Upload it to the internet and tell it, adjust size, adjust picture size, and make it this exact same on pixels. Okay. All right. So that's your signature. And I don't know if this thing is smart right now as far as will it let me upload this? Okay, it did. All right, and then your return label. So you guys, I'm just uploading the picture and all of them, but you might want to make sure you do the right one. So return label, enclose the prepaid self-addressed envelope with your application. Okay, so this means the actual sticker, prepaid sticker, as well as the envelope to send your stuff back. Okay, attach. All right. And so the next one, I think I see COVID-19. It's not starred, so it's not anything it doesn't look like it's required. Valid fully vaccinated COVID-19 certificate, resident permit. Okay. And then so this right here, you see these things here? This is kind of like the checklist as well. This is what your checklist is going to look like when you get it. And so why these are not able to upload anything is because this is exactly what you're going to need to put inside of the envelope. You're gonna need to put your passport photo. I mean your full passport, okay? The real passport, not a copy, your actual passport. Application form. You're gonna print off your application form and you're gonna sign it. There's gonna be a few pages. You're gonna sign them, and then you're gonna pay the appropriate fees when we go over to the next page here. So we got a check mark that we did this, and we understand this. Did I mess up something? Let me see. Let me see. All right. No, looks fine. Let me select all of these. No, that looks fine. Why is it not advancing to step 6? Let me see. What did I miss? Check mark, check mark. Oh, file required. Oh, I thought I put Tori's picture in there. That's interesting. That's okay. Let me put that in there. See, it even says here, copy to be also uploaded with application. Not uploaded. I don't know why they put uploaded. Submitted. They should put submitted. I don't know why I didn't accept that. Let me. All right. Big money, big money, big money. All right. Yes. We're getting somewhere. All right. Now this is where we, all right, got everything there. And this is for you to just look over. Don't be scanning it fast like I did. Look over it. Okay. All right. And so additional information in this area here, this is where I put, I'm a tour operator and I will be running multiple tours in Ghana, multiple for this year, multiple for next year, whatever information, you want to put here. If you're trying to apply for a multi-entry visa, just put, you want to, put whatever, so that they can actually read it. Okay. And then over here, um, this is what you're gonna hit if you're gonna go to another application. So if you got multiple people that's in your family that you're gonna submit for, you want to hit this. Once you hit this save and continue, listen, it's taking you to another page, okay? So I would highly recommend hit save and proceed to another application, okay? Once you do that, it's gonna have you add the next person, okay? Add more applicants. So you're just, doing it all over again. All right. So it kind of kicked me out. So once you're done with that person, adding that person, everybody will show up here. If you got 5 people, all 5 of them should show up right here, okay? And then what you're gonna do, you'll hit proceed. And then now this should take you to view everything all over again. After you pay for your visa, it'll give you a whole bunch of forms to print out. Pay attention to the ones that you're printing out. Sign what it tells you to sign. Let me see. Sign what it tells you to sign. Okay. All right, save and continue the payment. So this is what you'll go to once you have put all of the applicants there, okay? And then over here, online payment, and then you just go to the next screen, okay? Choose Visa, MasterCard, whatever it is that you're paying with, and then you go over to proceed. And then it'll take you to a payment gateway. All right. So I will be sending you guys everything that you guys need to apply for this visa, your invitation, your host information, your host ID, the GPS, digital address, every single thing. What I need you guys to collect on your end, I need you to get your passport and make sure that has more than 6 months left on it from your date of entry into Ghana, okay? If you're scheduled to be in Ghana in January, listen, you need to make sure that thing expires after July, okay? 6 months. You need to get your passport photo printed out, and you also need to take a picture of that. Print off all of the documents, sign the ones that need to be signed, um, your label, your postage label, include that postage label with the envelope, okay? Parents, do not forget that consent form. They are not processing an application without that consent form. So at the end of this application, once you make a payment, it'll actually send you something that has like the QR code. I don't know if you guys saw that QR code that was let me hit cancel, see what happens. There's a QR code, and so each application has its own QR code. And so that consent to travel form, it's gonna have its own QR code, and you're gonna get dad or you're gonna get mom to sign that, okay? All right. Yeah, I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, you guys know how to reach out to me. Please reach out to me and get those questions answered. And okay, here it is. So each person's form is gonna have their special QR code on it. Okay. And so that consent form is gonna have this special, not QR code, barcode, special barcode on it. All right. I hope that this didn't take too long. I know it probably did. I don't even know how long it took for a child. I'm sorry. But that is the Ghana visa process. Like I said before, I highly recommend getting that thing expedited. That's just me. Because I've seen reviews, somebody saying, "Oh my gosh, it's been X amount of days, yada yada yada." Mm, that's my personal opinion on it. But yeah, that is it. We're at the end of this visa application, and that's it. Hopefully it wasn't too long. You guys call me, text me, ask me whatever question that you need. Until then, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.